warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This presentation about basic good agriculture practice or ergonomic practice of oil palm. Table of content. We have introduction, harvesting, integrated pest management, manuring, and conclusion. Introduction. Elias guanis is the name given to oil palm by scientists. West Africa is where the oil palm Elias guanis originated. In the 1690s, Malaysia became a major hub for palm oil production. This all began when the Malaysian government unveiled a land development program intended to cultivate oil palm plant. What is harvesting? Harvesting is the process of collecting and classifying the useful part of the oil palm after they have reached their maturity level. Harvesting must be done on time too by using a proper tools to prevent the over-mature of the oil palm fruit. How is palm oil harvested? When the fruit on the oil palm turns bright red orange, it indicates that it's ripe and ready to be harvested. What is two types of oil can be produced for oil palm? Two types of oil can be produced. Crude palm oil came from squeezing and flushing fruit, and plant kernel oil which come from crushing the kernel or the stone in the middle of the fruit. D is equipment of harvesting. Chisel, sickle, and sharpening stone.
Integrated Pest Management. What is IPF? Integrated Pest Management or IPM is a useful strategy for pest management that also preserves the ecosystem. It integrates several logical processes. IPM program make advantage on a deep knowledge of pest life cycle and how they interact with the environment. This information is used in conjunction with current pest control method to manage pest damage in the most cost-effective manner and with the less amount of risk to people, property, and the environment as possible. So we have example of pests in oil palm. We have three examples of pests. First is rhinoceros beetle, second is bagworm, and third, I don't know how to pronounce that, but I think nettle caterpillars. So what is advantages of IPM? We have many advantages, but I just share with you guys just for the main advantage. If you want to know more, you can find it on Google. Okay, so what is the first advantage? The first advantage is decreased reliance on chemical pesticides in system for producing food. Second is sustained approach over the long term. Third, less rapid emergence of pesticide resistance. And the last one is increased consciousness and establish a connection with nature. Further disadvantages of IPM is the first, limited effectiveness. Second, a close watch is required. Third, development of the strategy requires time and money. And fourth, participant in the method technical details should increase.
I am going to talk and explain about manuring in oil palm plantation. What is manuring? Manuring is the single most expensive component of oil palm farming and is responsible for around 60% of the major care costs. Plant nutrient is providing the necessary component for the plant optimal growth and development in oil palm plantation. So, I'm going to break down the two main components in manuring, which are nutrient and method. First, I am going to explain about the function of each main nutrient in the fertilizer. First and foremost, we have nitrogen. It is an important structure component that is essential for the plant growth. A portion of the chlorophyll molecule is involved in the photosynthesis in the leaf for the synthesis of chlorophyll. As nitrate NO3+ and ammonium NH4+, nitrogen is absorbed in oil palm tree. Also, how does nitrogen work in oil palm? Well, nitrogen is essential for the rapid growth and fruiting of the oil palm. Other than that, it also increases the leaf production rate and number of bunch. After that, we have magnesium as a constituent of chlorophyll and as part of several plant enzyme system. Without numerous N atom, magnesium chelates to create the chlorophyll profile. Furthermore, magnesium maintains photosynthesis and fruit development. Other than that, magnesium also play a role in increasing the number of fresh fruit bunch, also known as FFB, and increase the oil content of oil palm. Last but not least, we have phosphorus, also known as P. It is used during the establishment for plant growth and root development, for driving the ADP and or ATP molecular energy source. Phosphorus also increase the bunch production rate and weight, also the sex ratio of the oil palm. Phosphorus give a positive interaction with nitrogen and potassium. Next, we have potassium, also known as K. Potassium deficient plants are more vulnerable to drought sequences for the adequate stomata function, photosynthesis, and transpiration. Bunch size, quantity, and disease resistance will be all impaired by potassium K. Regulate cellular osmotic pressure and is an enzyme catalyst in the processes of photosynthesis and respiration. Other than that, potassium also maximizing number of female inflorescences and increasing the total dry matter production and yield of oil palm. So these are some examples of fertilizer used for oil palm. The first fertilizer is organic fertilizer. This fertilizer specific in restoring soil fertility, retaining soil moisture and fertility. For the nutrient content we have here is 12 for nitrogen, 6 for phosphorus, 20 for potassium and 2 for magnesium. The next one is complete fertilizer. This fertilizer contains zeolite mineral which to increase the effective of manuring in nutrient absorption in oil palm root. The nutrient content we have here is 10 for nitrogen, 7 for phosphorus, 19 for potassium, 1.5 for magnesium, and 0.5 for boron. Moving on, types of method in manuring oil palm. There are 4 methods in manuring oil palm. The first one is broadcast in the interrow. Second, placement around palm. Third, on front hip. And lastly, pocketing into soil. Conclusion. Finally, because Malaysia is one of the largest producers of palm oil, the plantation industry is crucial to the country's economic development. The oil palm sector in Malaysia continues to be one of the key contributors to the sustainability of the national economy.